we'll proceed down to our mats, sitting in a cross-legged shape. So here right away, if you've brought over a block or a pillow, you could slip that under your bum there for more comfort. Good, and then we'll sit up nice and tall. So just placing your hands in a comfortable place, just on your knees, maybe closing your eyes, or just looking down in front of you on the floor. Soft gaze, tuning into the breath. As we take some time here, some moments, just noticing the tummy, trying to get the breath to pass right through the lungs, going right down to the tummy for a nice deep breath. And then a nice release. I'm just doing this a few times. Just waking up the body. Going to start to move our head, stretching our neck. So just send your right elbow or your right ear to your right shoulder. And then just have a look at your thigh on the right. Back to right ear, right shoulder. And then bring your head all the way back up. Left ear, left shoulder. And then have a look at your left thigh. Bringing your ear over to your shoulder again. And then lifting your head back up. Going to take a forward fold here. So just reaching forward onto the ground with your fingers. And then just letting your body drape right over your legs. Palms can be up or down. Just play around with that. And then we'll lift ourselves back up, sitting up nice and tall, getting ready to twist. So looking over your right shoulder, place your fingers on the floor behind you and your left hand on your right knee. To go the other way now. So pause in the center, have your posture nice and long, right hand, left knee, left hand behind you. You can push into the right knee, the left knee just a little bit with your right hand. Nice, good morning twist for your tummy, your metabolism, your organs. And let's come around to the front. Sending your legs out long. You might want to turn so that you're on your mat now. You can keep the pillow underneath you or the block. And just send your legs for a bit of a shake, nice and long. So we're going to crawl our fingers down to our ankles here, sitting up nice and tall. Feel free, especially if you're practicing this in the morning and you're feeling a little bit stiff from your sleep, bend your knees as much as you need to here, and then fold over your legs. Initially looking at your toes perhaps, or just bowing right over, gazing between your knees to the mat. walk our fingers back up towards our hips. And then just shake out your legs, sitting up nice and tall. Send your shoulders back and down. And bring your soles together for butterfly pose. So get your hips comfortable. Hold on just to the lower part of your leg near the ankle. Just pulling yourself forward. A few ways to do this. You could softly press into your knees and open your legs a little bit more, leaning forward. You could also have your arms go in front of your shins and roll down just a little bit more. So going into the forward fold that feels nice for you right now. Having 2 more breaths here. Inhale yourself back up. Bring your knees so that they meet up together. Just a little shake of the legs. We'll add in the windshield wipers, so just going to the right with your knees and then the left with your knees. A different twist. So send your legs out long. Pull the left knee in. You can stay on the inside of your right leg or bring it over to the outside of your right leg. Going to turn towards the left. So use your right arm, hug your left knee. Sit up tall. And then this left hand can go behind you just for a little bit of a prop up. And then look left. Around to the front. Take this left leg and just put it on the inside of your right leg now. So the sole touches the inside of your right leg. Left knee falls open, sit up nice and tall. Going to fold forward again just over the one leg. On the right side, you can still bend your knee if this is needed. And then just soften down. Breathe, nice long breath still. Keep your hands on either side, or maybe hold your foot to the bottom of your leg. Walking the fingers back up. Left hand is going to do what's called wild thing. Left hand is going to plant flat on the floor, and you're just going to lift your hips up. Put yourself on your left knee and just reach up and overhead towards the sky or the ceiling. Nice stretch between your right finger and your right baby toe. Bit of a back bend perhaps, opening the chest up towards the sky. And then release back down when you're all set. Send your legs out long. Just take the other side now. Right leg comes in. Inside or outside. Going to hug your right leg with your left arm and just take a twist looking towards the right side, beside you or behind you. Curling up tummy, involving the neck so you get another stretch for your neck. Just softly breathing here, feeling your waist, massaging your waist. Breathing into the tummy. Good. Let's come around to the front. Bring the foot over and put the right foot inside the left leg. And sit up nice and tall. We're going to walk our fingers down towards our ankles again on the left side. Bend your knee if you need to while you're here, and then just relax over. So hopefully you're feeling a nice stretch. The lower right part of your back, your hips, back of the left leg. Soften out here, holding the foot if you like. Walking your fingers back up to your hips. We'll take Wild Thing. Right hand goes nice and flat on the ground to support you. Going on your right knee this time. Going to lift your body up. Stretch this front part of your body with a bit of a back bend, and then lean, reach, open. So eyes can be down, they can also go up. It depends how much you're sort of opening up or back bending, lifting. And then lower yourself back down. So we'll start to bring ourselves into table shape. So moving anything that was underneath your hips off your mat now. And just bringing yourself to table. So shoulders go under the wrists go under the shoulders, the knees go under the hips, and the feet are relaxed behind you. Pull in the tummy a little bit so the long spine still applies all the way through the class. Mild core engagement, but not so much to inhibit your breathing. And we'll do our cat-cow flow. This is a really nice place to wake up the spine, get it going, get it moving, get it energized. So tummy goes down in cow, eyes go up, and then cat, you'll pull in your tummy a little bit, look between your legs, or even right underneath at your navel area. And just flow. At your own pace here, just going back and forth. One breath, one movement. And let's just listen to what we can hear. Our breath, some birds, nature. One more each way. Just hold yourself in table when you're ready, and we'll all meet here. Stillness, table, breathing. Would you do another twist for our tummies, for our core, for our spine? Take the left hand and go into eye of the needle. So the left hand's sneaking underneath the right arm, palm up. And then just lower your head to the ground. Sort of just behind your ear, above your ear, and then you'll look up towards the ceiling of the sky, and your back body here is still knees under hips. So a slight engagement of the tummy, and then just rest down onto the floor in inversion here. Really, really invigorating. You can push into the right hand just to get more of a turn. Sending face and chest a little closer up to the ceiling or the sky. You can also take this right hand and just bring it right around behind you if you like. Good. We'll lift ourselves out of this side and then find yourself in table shape. And then we'll get ready to slide the right hand underneath, palm up. Lower down on the back of your right arm. Put your head on the floor. And just push into your left hand a little bit to get you settled. And then enjoy bringing your arm around if you prefer to do that, or else leave it on the floor. reaching into your left hand, bringing it around so that it's on the floor, and then we return our bodies to table shape. Melting heart or puppy pose. Again, hips still stay over knees. Just going to reach as far forward as you can. The forearms lower down. Could use a block, put your forehead on it, or put your forehead on the mat. If you find your nose is getting in the way, or you could go a little farther, you just lift your face and put the chin on the floor instead. Nice shoulder stretch here. Ever so slowly, just reverse out of that. Come back to table. We're going to send our hips all the way back to our heels now, going into child's pose. Place your hands by your ankles, palms up again, and then lower your forehead down. Forehead could also go on a block. And then let your shoulders release sort of inwards, let gravity take your shoulders and your arms to really open your upper back. And then push yourself all the way up from child's pose. Just moving the block out of the way if you used it. And then turning your toes here, and we're just going to bring ourselves into a forward fold from standing. So you're at the back of your mat, hip distance apart with the legs, pulling in the tummy, and then just hold on to your elbows. Little sway side to side if you like in ragdoll. Your fingers on the floor. We're just going to stay in our forward fold. Bring your feet as wide as the mat. Bend your knees and take your ragdoll again. Hold your elbows. So you can bring yourself over your right leg nice and slow. Bring yourself over your left leg nice and slow. Just breathe here. Try to relax, but we're also really invigorating while we're upside down here. The heart and the mind. Just stretch however you need to, wherever you really feel it here. Just enjoy. And then if you're swaying side to side, just hold yourself still in the middle. Just going to bring ourselves so that we're in a flat back, tummy's in, and head is even with hips. So just bringing your arms out to the side here, just holding. A little bit of strength building while we open up our bodies. Bring your hands to clasp behind you, and perhaps they lift off your back, or perhaps they just stay down resting. Either way, you're going to consider going into another forward fold or staying in the flat back and lifting your arms off your back. Remember, knees are bent. And then you can go over the right side. You can go over the left side. Just breathe here. A little bit of head movement just to make sure you're not holding anywhere. And if there's too much inversion happening for you in the class at this time, just bring yourself to the flat back shape so your head is even with hips instead of underneath your hips or lower than your hips. Good. So just bring yourself to stillness again. Going to bring ourselves to our half lift or flat back, and then stretch your arms out to the side again. And then we're going to push into our feet, bend our legs even more, and reach all the way up to the sky. Possibly looking at your hands. And then bring your hands to your heart center and your feet hip distance apart in mountain pose. So just have some breaths here, take a drink, just to settle from being upside down. Then lowering your hands so that you're in mountain pose now. Palms facing your body or open a little bit to the front. Some shoulder rolls. All the way back they go. Tummy engagement still. Going to flow here. Inhale your arms up and overhead. And then exhale them beside. Float. Good. Get the breath nice and long. Inhale. And then let it go out. Inhale your arms up and over. And then exhale out. Last time. Inhale your arms up and over. And then exhale out. So just getting into your mountain pose again. I'm going to step forward with the right leg, and the toes are still going to face the front of the mat, a little bend in the front knee. Taking your arms out wide, going into that flat back once again. Just a little bit more wobbly in this one. And you're just going to let your arms fall and go into the forward fold again. So pyramid pose, there's options for the hands. You can hold your elbows once again behind you. Or of course you can just leave them down beside if you can't quite reach that. Some short arms. I have short arms as well. You can just hold your lower part of your leg for support. Just be more balanced, of course, if you're not touching. Or if you have two blocks, you could use one on either side. And then completely relax here. Balance and breathe. And push into the right foot and just ease yourself back all the way up. Place our hands on our knees, our hips, and then bend your knee and push yourself back to stand. Back of your mat, shoulders back and down. I'm going to switch directions, but you can stay in the same way. Step the right foot forward. Get a comfortable stance for pyramid pose, hips to the front. Bend the knee a little bit, and then lean into your flat back. Arms go nice and open. So you can stay right here, or if you're ready for another inversion, let your hands float down to your leg or to the ground, and just let your body completely soften over your left leg this time. Choosing arm variations if you're bringing your arms behind your back. You're welcome to do so. And then big exhale. Bend your front leg a little bit more, and let's bring ourselves all the way back up to stand. Hands on your hips. And pull your left foot back so you're standing at the back of your mat again. I'm going to take yourself to the front of the mat. So just simply taking a couple of steps to the front of the mat. Flowing this a bit bigger now. So inhale your arms up and overhead. And then exhale all the way down to the floor. Take a half lift here, pull in your tummy, shoulders go back and down. Touch the floor, right over your legs you go, and then root and rise, push into your feet, reach for the sky, and then go again. Exhale, lower down. Half lift here, hands to the floor, push into your feet, up and over we go. Exhale all the way down. Half lift here, lower your fingers to the floor, push into your feet, come on up and around. Going to take a pause in mountain pose. So bring your hands to your chest, palms touch, and then lower your arms down beside you. So making our flow even bigger to warm up our bodies, wake up our bodies, get the circulation going, the prana, the life force. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale, lower all the way down. Take a half rise here. We'll send the right leg back and place the knee gently on the floor and untuck the back toe. Send your fingers to the sky. So you can keep your eyes looking down or have your eyes lift up towards the ceiling, near your hands. Exhale your hands all the way down. Send your left leg around to meet the right one. We're in a half push-up here. And then you're going to exhale your tummy to the floor. Take a cobra, back bend, using your back muscles more than your hands. And then exhale, lower down. Push the floor away, half push-up. And then find your first down dog. So let's move around a little bit here, moving the head, shaking the hips, bending the knees. One heel down, the other heel down. So walking your dog this morning. Good. And then the right foot's going to come up to the front of the mat. Put the left knee on the floor and untuck the toe. Inhale your fingers up and overhead. Settling into your low lunge. Choose your eye gaze. Breathing here. Softening into the face, opening across the heart space. Good. And lower your fingers down towards the floor and pull the left foot in. Push into your feet, reach up and overhead. We're pausing just for 2 breaths. Ground down into your feet, send your shoulders back and down. Breathing here. Getting ready to go again. Inhale your arms up and over. Exhale, lower down. Take a half rise here. Send your left leg back this time. Lower the knee to the floor. Lift your fingers up to the sky. This time we'll clasp our hands behind our back once again like we did earlier, so they can rest or they can lift. And then open up the chest even more, maybe lean back for a bit of a back bend here. Find the space in your body, it's there. Just needs to be found, taken care of. Good. And then send the fingers way up to the sky again, and then lower them down to the floor. So this time the right leg joins up with the left. You find yourself in a half push-up or perhaps a full push-up, and then lower halfway or all the way. It's up dog or cobra. And exhale back to down dog. So a little bit of movement here, not quite as much as the first round. And then slip the left foot up between the hands, send the right knee to the floor. Fingers up to the sky, and then they release down behind you. Good. Hold on to your hands, open your chest. Fingers up to the sky, reach, and then right foot meets left. Just step forward, hop forward, push into those feet, reach up and around, and bring your hands to your heart space, and then find mountain pose again. Settle into your feet. So feeling nice and grounded with your legs, nice and open with your chest area and your shoulders, your thoughts are opening up, feeling creative and inspired. Doing this Once again, inhale your arms up. Going to take the lunges out. Lower down. Half rise. So both hands go down and you step back into your half push-up or your full push-up. Exhale, lower down. Open up. Back bend. Good. Exhale. Push the ground away, finding down dog. And then walk your feet forward. Push into those feet, reach up, keep going. Exhale, lower down. Half lift here. Lower yourself down, walk your feet all the way back. Full push up or half. Exhale, back bend. And then half push up to down dog or up dog to down dog. Stretch and breathe here. Getting ready to walk the feet forward to the hands. Push into your feet, reach up and overhead. Keep going. Exhale. Good. Half rise. Send your hands to the floor and your feet to the back. Lower your knees or keep them up. Go through your flow. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Meeting in down dog here. So we take a little pause so you can meet up. And then we bring our feet to meet our hands once again. Push into those feet, reach all the way up and over. Last time, exhale all the way down. Half rise here. Send the feet back. Push up, lower down. And then open your heart. And then breathe out to find a down dog. Nice big stretch here. And then walk your feet forward. Push into those feet and come all the way up and overhead again. And then mountain pose we go. Send your shoulders back. Take a drink or anything you need to just to settle, catch your breath. Feeling the energy in your body, the openness. So a little bit of balance now. I'm going to do tree pose. Nice morning balance. Outside possibly with the trees. So making it extra special. We'll start by putting the weight in our left foot. Little bend in the standing leg, the left leg. Just going to put the right toe on the floor with the ankle resting on your leg. And place your hands in prayer. Shoulders go back and down. And then if you'd like a little bit more, find your tree. Placing the right foot anywhere on the inside of your left except right on the knee joint. And then try to have the right knee open to the side of your mat as much as possible. And then you can grow your tree if you wish. Arms may go overhead, they can stay palms touching or open up those nice branches, reaching for the sky, growing. You're going to stay right here in tree pose or come with me to warrior three. So the right leg would go straight back. We're going to bring our arms out to airplane again as we did earlier. Back foot can be flexed, pointed to, just engage your leg. Standing leg still has a nice bend in it. And you're going to breathe in warrior three. And bring your arms forward if you wish. Or just stay right in tree pose. And then wherever you are, return to tree. Put your foot back on your left leg and your hands to your heart. And then stand in mountain pose. Right leg holds the weight for the other side. Bend the knee. Left toe on the ground. Heel to the inner lower part of your right leg. And then let's start with our hands in prayer at our chest. Just for some heart awareness as our thumbs press in and feel the heartbeat perhaps. And then getting ready to find your tree. Like left leg goes up. Knee opens. Perhaps arms lift. Enjoying practicing your tree pose or moving on to warrior 3. Left leg goes straight back, arms open up. A little more challenge reaching forward. And wherever you are, you're going back to tree pose. Your left leg on your left foot on your right leg. And then place everything down onto the floor. Find mountain pose. Let all that go. Just enjoy the feeling in your legs. Feeling grounded now, both feet are down. Just feeling a little more balanced after being on one leg. To down dog now. Inhale your arms up and over. And exhale out your mouth. Take yourself all the way to the hands all the way to the floor and step back. So this down dog initially, just pedal your feet. And then you're going to move the feet to the edge of the mat again. Knees are still bent. You're going to push into your hands quite a lot. Bend your knees a little more than usual in your down dog. And then go into this nice wide-legged down dog stretch. So pushing into the arms, the hands. Big shoulder stretch, just like melting heart we did earlier. Breathe here. Your feet together so they're hip distance apart again. And then we'll lower our knees. Once again in table. Cat-cow flow. So arch up, pull your tummy in, let your head go. And then let your tummy go down to the floor for a big stretch. Eyes up. Doing this again. And last time. Child's pose, wide-legged this time. So arms can stay out long on your mat. You can also bring them to prayer and tuck them behind your neck. Really surrender into child's pose here. Yourself back up. Going to take pigeon on each side, so it's a nice hip stretch now that we're warmed up. So you can take yourself into the pigeon shape from table or down dog. So bringing your left knee up towards your left wrist, and then the right leg's going to go all the way down the mat and relax there. You can use a pillow or a block to rest your arms and head on if you like. And then you're going to lower all the way down. A pillow can also go just under your hip, you're not really rolling, resting on your hip at all. You're up off your hip, but there can be support there so you don't topple over. Once you get settled, we're going to play with reaching off to the right. So your chest sort of falls in front of your left shin. Just going to reach the fingers off to the right and lower down again. If you went off to the side, bring yourself around to the front. And lifting your chest so that your shoulders are over your hips now. You can play around with reaching back and holding the back leg. If you're holding the back leg, just let it release. Going to down dog, so place your hands nice and flat on the floor and send the left leg back to meet the right. So have a little bit of a pedal out of the feet, move around of the head. Lowering to table if you'd like to enter pigeon from table. Otherwise, you're going to do it from down dog. So right knee comes to right wrist. Relax the back leg. And again, you can support underneath your right hip if you need to, with a block or a pillow. And when you're all set, again, block or pillow in front of you too, you can lower down. And the bend in the front leg is just in a place where the knee is not feeling any aggravation at all. Staying here or reaching off to the left now. If you went off to the side, just bring yourself around to the front again. And walking your hands to your hips, opening your chest to the front. Staying right here and just holding here, that's fine, or else reach back with your left hand to find your left foot. Maybe even it's just your pants. Just give that thigh a stretch if you can. On the left side. Opening the chest, maybe even lifting the head. Just play around with this. Well, we're going to release our shape into down dog. Both hands onto the floor. Pedal your feet. Shake out your hips and your head. Breathe out your mouth. Nice big sigh. Let the knees fall just down onto the floor in your table shape. And then we'll have a seat. Sending your legs out long again. And feel free to put the pillow underneath your hips if you need. Taking a drink. Just getting yourself comfortable down on the floor. Perhaps some windshield wipers. Doing whatever you need to do before we lie back. take a twist reclined. So you're going to lie back and just pull your knees in to your chest. Have your pillow ready at the top for Savasana if you need it. Anything nearby before you go back. Pull your knees into your chest and just rock side to side a little bit. Softening into the face. So we'll take a twist with eagle legs. So we'll start with left leg over right leg. And then we'll send both of our knees to the right. There's an option to keep the right leg long and just have the left knee come over, and then choose your arms. Perhaps the bottom hip sort of shifts to the left side a little bit, so your hips are more stacked over each other. And we're going to use the same leg configuration here where left stays over right. But you're going to tip to the left. So it's an outer right hip stretch, and the left leg holds your right leg over and down. So arms can stay the same or change somehow. Bringing your knees back to center. Pull them in, give your lower back a little bit of a massage, lift up your head, maybe point and flex your toes. Getting ready to go the other way. So right leg would go over left, but to drop both knees over to the left side, right leg is on top. Maybe shift the bottom hip back a bit. Now that your spine is ready for a little bit more twist. Have your hips stacked over each other, right on top of left. And then we'll take our twist on the other side. So right leg stays on top of left. Going to drop them over to the right side now, where your right leg holds the left one across and over. To lift our knees, unwind your legs, and pull them into your chest. Lift up your face towards your legs. Big hug for yourself here. Pull both these knees in quite a lot. And then a bridge pose before we completely settle. So feet go on the floor, nice and close to your hips. We're going to push into those feet. Leave the hands down beside you, or else they can tuck right underneath. Lifting your chest, clasping your hands behind your back like we did earlier. Nice inversion here. If you practice shoulder stand, you can try that now instead, or proceed to shoulder stand. Nice breaths out, exhale here. Moving the hands out of the way, pull the knees into the chest, enjoying a reclined butterfly, soles touch, let your knees fall open. When it's nice to have your hands on your tummy so you can focus in on the breath at the end of the class here, breathing right in through your nose so your tummy lifts, and then exhale out through your nose or mouth so that your tummy falls. Tummy lifting like a balloon. You can stay right here just a little bit longer, or put your feet on the edge of the mat and have your knees fall in now. Getting ready for your integration of the whole practice into your nervous system, into your body. You can get anything you need, perhaps a pillow for underneath your head. Legs can stay where feet are at the edge of the mat, the knees fall in. Or you'll send your legs out long and the toes just fall open. Heels are sort of on the edge of the bottom of your mat, so they're wider than hip distance, and then palms to the sky. Especially if you're outside, it'll feel really nice to be open to the universe, to the skies, to the sun, moon, and clouds. Just really feeling nature. Even if you're inside, in your mind's eye, you can see yourself somewhere beautiful, perhaps that you've been before, a beach. Having the breath go nice and long, so in and all the way down to your tummy, up and out. Just listen to your rhythm and the rhythm of nature, and how both of those are completely connected. You are nature. Starting to wiggle your fingers and toes. And then your arms, wrist circles, ankle circles, legs move. Have a big long stretch by reaching your hands overhead and bringing your legs together, pointing your toes. And pull your knees in again, rock side to side. Lifting yourself up from your reclined shape in a safe way. Going to sit facing front. And then keeping your eye gaze just lower down. Find that beautiful, long, even taller posture. Comfortable place for your hands. Perhaps now you're feeling a little more open so they can raise up to the ceiling or the sky. Then we're going to reach forward again for a forward fold, and just see the difference from the one we did at the beginning of the class. So just reaching your fingers. Again, palms can be down or palms may be up this time. And then lower your face down. Perhaps shoulders or elbows lower, shoulders sort of roll in, making a part of your upper back shoulder blades come apart to widen your upper back. Stretch. And then walk your fingers back up to your legs. Send your shoulders back and down. Send your right ear to your right shoulder again. Just looking to see the changes. And then have a look at your right thigh. And then send your right ear to your right shoulder. Lift it up and go left. Left ear, left shoulder. Really being aware that you're sitting on the floor or pillow, so rooting down with the lower body, keeping the upper body nice and open, lifted. Then look at your left thigh, stretching the right back of neck. So that your left ear is over towards your left shoulder. Lift your head. Bring our hands towards our heart in prayer, and then you're going to bow your chin down towards your chest. So bowing down to yourself here for showing up on your mat. No matter what time of day it is, hopefully you just feel better, more awake and alive, revitalized. Just keeping your head lowered. Spending some time here just to be aware of you in this moment, how you feel, what you feel, and where you feel it. Still listening, using our senses. Just to be really, really aware of the now. So just gently starting to lift your eyes. Closing the class now. I thank you all for arriving on your mat with me. Namaste.